What's up, YouTubers? This is your boy Big Metroid Fan 12 coming to you with another video game review. And this time I'm reviewing the game Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Hyperstone Heist for the Sega Genesis by Konami. And it is pretty much based on the arcade game Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Turtles in Time. And it's also the equivalent to the Super Nintendo port Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 Turtles in Time. You know what I'm saying? And now the plot of the game is that Shredder used a Hyperstone to shrink Manhattan Island while April O'Neil was doing a news report, and the Turtles are on a mission to stop him and get that Hyperstone heist and Hyperstone rather, and destroy it and stuff. Now, the one thing that you will notice about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Hyperstone Heist, well, two things in particular that separated from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 Turtles in Time is number one, the level design, and number two is pretty much it has like less bosses, and the third one will be pretty much it lacks two Pacific modes that the Turtles in Time for Super Nintendo do have, so I'll get to that in a minute. Now, the Hyperstone Heist pretty much got 5 stages in it, which are divided into sections, and the final section of each stage pretty much ends with a boss battle and everything. And the bosses in the Hyperstone Heist are Crane, Baxter Stockman, Rocksteady, Leatherhead, Tatsu from the first two Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies, you know what I'm saying, and Shredder himself. Now, when you compare the Hyperstone Heist to Turtles in Time for the arcade and the Super Nintendo version, it pretty much has like less bosses in it than those two, because when you look at like Turtles in Time for the Super Nintendo, it has pretty much the fly version of Baxter Stockman. You have Bebop, Rocksteady, Metalhead, Slash. And in the arcade version, they don't have Slash in it, but it has this mud, cement looking boss and everything. So that's the one thing you will notice right off top when it comes to the boss battles. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the level design, pretty much some stages were borrowed from the arcade version, which is pretty much expected. You know what I'm saying? There are some other stages that's exclusive to Hyperstone Heist, and there's one particular stage in Hyperstone Heist that's pretty much lifted from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game from the NES. Not a bad thing, actually. That particular stage, which is pretty much a dojo from that particular game for the NES, it pretty much looks great. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a complaint about them lifting that particular stage from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game from the NES. You know what I'm saying? Looks great. There's a lack of ball. There's a lack of balls. You know what I mean? And another thing about that I did notice in the Technodrome too, it has like these machines that sprays out ice against you and freeze you. It pretty much freeze you into place. Pretty similar to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, also for the NES. Don't have a complaint too about it. It just like I didn't see it coming though. You know what I'm saying? Now, another thing that I've noticed that separated from Turtles in Time from or the Super Nintendo is that you can't throw your the foot soldiers to the screen. I mean, I guess because they didn't put Shredder in the machine in that one for some reason. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a bad thing, but I wish they would have included you able to toss the foot soldiers into this screen. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's something that people like about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for Turtles in Time for the GameCube. You know. And like I said, there's a lot of bosses that's in like Turtles in Time for the arcade and for Super Nintendo that's pretty much completely missing. It would have been cool if they were included, like Slash, Bebop, and all of them. You know what I'm saying? Plus, it also lacks the time trial and the two-player versus mode, which is pretty much similar to fighting games like the Street Fighter 2 franchise. That Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 Turtles in Time got. You know what I'm saying? So for some reason they Konami wanted Hyperstone Heist to be different from Turtles 4 Turtles in Time for some reason. You know. Now the preference and level design for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, not Turtles 4, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Hyperstone Heist for Genesis both look great. You know what I'm saying? They have good color palettes and the sprites. You know what I'm saying? Even though I pretty much prefer the graphics and level design for Turtles in Time for the Super Nintendo a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Now the controls and gameplay are pretty much similar to Turtles in Time for the Super Nintendo, and they're pretty good. You know what I'm saying? But the special moves and the fact that you're able to slam the foot soldiers to the ground repeatedly, it's kind of like you don't do them as much. It's kind of harder to pull off. Plus, you can't throw the foot soldiers into the screen like you can in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 Turtles in Time. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing with me. You know. And the soundtrack, it is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I like it, but I kind of like prefer Turtles in Time, the Turtles in Time soundtrack for the Super Nintendo, even though some people pretty much prefer this soundtrack over Turtles in Time for Super Nintendo. You know. Now, the one thing that does stick out like a sore thumb to me when it comes to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 Hyperstone Heist is the fact that the time trials in the versus mode are not a part of it like it is with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 Turtles in Time. You know what I'm saying? It pretty much stick out like a sore thumb that it lacks those two modes. You know what I'm saying? But from an overall standpoint, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Hyperstone Heist is a pretty good game, you know what I'm saying, for the Sega Genesis, and pretty much one of the best beat-em-ups on the Sega Genesis and stuff. I would definitely recommend it for retro gamers and pretty much people who like beat-em-ups who owns the Genesis and pretty much YouTubers who do Let's Plays and stuff. As far as the score, I definitely give it an 8 out of 10, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, if you play the Hyperstone Heist for Genesis and you like it, you can mention it in the comment section. If you prefer this over Turtles in Time for the Super Nintendo, or vice versa, you can mention that also. If you like my review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Hyperstone Heist, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe. This is your boy Big Metroid Fan 12 signing off.